All right, hello, welcome to the weather update. It's around 9 o'clock, April 14th, 2021. This is what the sunset was. We had some sun with a lot of high clouds, and then the clouds kind of lowered and thickened throughout the day. But we've avoided the rain so far today. But speaking of the rain, we're going to look at the radar right now, and you can see this area of low pressure here that's getting itself together a little further to the south, I think, than we anticipated. Here's some severe weather, though, right here. It looks like a pretty hefty thunderstorm right there, and that almost looks like a hook echo. So this is around Virginia here. We may have a tornado possible going on in this area. I'm very curious if there's a tornado warning out for that particular cell there. You can see again, here is the radar again, and this, like I said, this is really impressive here. Look at this. That is quite that looks like a tornado. That's a hook echo. That's a classic signature of a tornado right there. Somewhere in Virginia, Askew,ville or whatever the heck that is. So actually, we're going to the weather and hazards map right now and seeing if there indeed is a warning. And there is a warning for this storm here. Not a tornado warning, just a severe thunderstorm warning. However, it would not surprise me if there's a tornado warning here, because that looks like a tornado on the radar for certain. And we're going to have to actually check that out now, because I had this all set up to show what was going on in our area with the weather, and then we have to look. Let me see if there's a tornado warning in this. Nope, they just have a special marine warning out for this storm. I do not understand. That looks like a hook echo for me. I'm sorry. That looks like a hook echo. At least on that radar. Let's look at this on this radar and see what it looks like here. This is the crappy weather service radar and see, because this is somewhere in Virginia, I believe. Or no, it's North Carolina. All right. It's not even loading. Their radar absolutely sucks. I mean, it's just almost useless. But no tornado warning issued for this. I do not understand why there is not a tornado warning. I would not be surprised if they find that there was a tornado in this area with a signature like that on the radar. This is what I mean. I can't even load the weather service radar. They've destroyed the weather service radar. I don't know why they did this. I do not know why they destroyed it like this. It's just awful. But anyway, I guess we'll go focus on our weather. Hopefully it's not a tornado, but it sure looks like one on the radar there. So looking at the highs across the area today, it was a mild day. It still is a mild day across the area. Looking at the high temperatures, you can see here, temperatures around 70 degrees in the middle of the island, North Shore, South Shore, cooler, only in the mid-60s, of course, and right on the water, you're only in the mid-50s. It was a sea breeze, but it didn't really get in very far. We never got a sea breeze in the middle of the island. No sea breeze at all. Warm right through the day. You can see here highs even out east in Coram, 69 in Middle Island. West Hampton Beach, obviously a little cooler because a little more of the South Shore, 59. Work our way west here. The city, obviously, 72 at LaGuardia, 64 at JFK, 71 at Central Park for the high. So quite warm. And let's look at Toms River, also quite warm, 72 at the Air Park, 70. 70s more or less in New Jersey, low 70s everywhere. So, yeah, a warm day across the area. And we're going to go back to the current observation. Well, yeah, we'll use the other site for that. I think we're going to use the Wonder Map. So we're going to use this for the current observations here. And you can see how warm it is. Still in the middle of the island. We don't have a sea. We're still in the 60s. I got the air conditioner going. It's a little humid out there, too. We got to look at the dew points as well. Look at that, 61, 60. So we're still around 61, 60 degrees in the middle of the island. South Shore, actually not that much cooler. It's only in the upper 50s there. So it seems like the sea breeze has really gotten very weak and sort of getting pushed away almost here a little bit. But very weak sea breeze, west-southwest flow. You got to be right on the South Shore, like Sunrise Highway South, to get any cooling effect. Otherwise, you're going to be above 60 for sure. And if we throw these dew points in here, you'll see. It's humid, too. Dew points are in the 50s, so it's a little humid out there as well. I feel right away, I'm like, I've got to put the air conditioner on because... all right, so let's take a look at what it was like in Carl Place today, which is the closest station to Mineola. We'll use this Wonderground site. So 61 right now, dew point 52. And if we go ahead and we look at the temperatures today, you can see actually there was a sea breeze. There was a drop in the temperatures, I guess, around 5 o'clock. But now it's just leveled off. But throughout much of the day, we were close to 70 degrees. And so, again, not much of a sea breeze here at all, not surprisingly. Let's go look at, contrast this with Massapequa Park. Let's do Massapequa Park right here, Bar Harbor. Contrast that with Massapequa Park. Let's see what it's like in Massapequa Park. So it's a little cooler there. Not by much, though. Only by a couple of degrees. But if you look at the temperatures today, you can see there was only a short peak. Yeah, look at that. 50s all day long. So they didn't even got to 60 degrees. Lucky them. They didn't have to sweat at all. Temperatures only started rising now because, again, they're on the South Shore, so they got a sea breeze. Look at a couple of other stations here. We'll go to the Weather Service website. We'll look at Farmingdale. So 61 at Farmingdale, southwest at 9. I think that's the problem with that westerly component. That's when we die. We get the wind off New Jersey. So you can see here, yep, it never really dropped at Farmingdale either. So that's too far north. I mean, you literally have to be on the South Shore for any relief. We'll look at Belmore. All right, look at Belmore and see how Belmore is. So right now it's 60 degrees in Belmore. So we'll go ahead and look at that. So you can see here, yeah, it not as warm there, mid-60s, and then there's that drop where it dropped to the low 60s and kind of stayed there. So again, remember the normal high is only supposed to be around mid-50s, so we're good 10, 15 degrees above normal again today. Not surprisingly, I don't think any records were broken today. Not quite warm enough to break any records, but still quite a bit above normal for the day as far as the temperatures go. So let's go and we'll close this out, and we will start looking at what we have to come our way as we start dealing with the next storm system approaching. So here is the next storm system approaching. You can see the low forming here. This is the GFS. You see the low forming over a little further south. It's a little more Virginia, North Carolina. That's why they have the thunderstorms over there. You notice the low stays kind of to the south of us, which is going to impact how we get our precipitation. The heaviest precipitation now, it may stay well to the south and hit Suffolk County, but then it starts filling in. You have this upper level low still over here, and a little bit of the moisture gets dragged up into it. But you can sort of see that the heavier precipitation is kind of now off to the east and north. And then that low winds up overnight for into Friday morning. And we kind of stay dry, but you can see over New England, there could be some snow over there. So, yeah, there could be some snow. And then it slowly pulls away for the weekend. And then we have fair weather, but still probably not clear weather. You can still see some scattered showers here. Just a little instability here. You don't really have a big, broad area of high pressure coming in. That won't happen until maybe Thursday or Friday, where we have a stronger high pressure system come in. And then we have a couple more systems here. And there's a stronger high for the end of the month that comes in. But you can sort of see that we don't really have a good, clean flow out of Canada. So without that dry Canada flow from the northwest, we're going to be dealing with still some clouds and moisture and stuff like that. If we look at the upper air, you'll see that troughiness in the east. But again, we're not on the right side of the trough. There's that storm system again showing up in the upper air for Thursday into Friday. But you can still see the troughiness. But again, we're not on the right side of the trough. You want to be on. I mean, we're on the right side of the trough, which is not the right side of the trough. So if you're on the right side of the trough, that's where the moisture is. Left side is the drier side. That's where you get the nice weather. As far as clear skies go, we're not going to really be on that too much. And you can sort of see some ridging trying to come into place and bring us above normal temperatures toward the end of the period. However, the models have really underestimated some of these days and how warm they have been. So even though it may indicate that we'll have below normal, let's push this here. Look at the GFS here. Although it might indicate that we have that below normal trend, there still could be a warm day here and there that could be above normal between fronts. You can see the heart of the troughs here. We're kind of stuck in the stalled frontal area, so this is why we're not going to really have a clear out. Look at that. That is crazy. So, sometimes I don't even understand these models, all right? I really don't. So let's take a closer look at the next storm system. So this is the HRRR. This is the 0Z. We have only 20 hours of the 0ZH which we can look at. And you can see stay dry tonight. So again, it kind of keeps the most of the precipitation off to the south now. And then it's not until we get this elongated trough that we start seeing some rain break out across Long Island into the afternoon here. And this is all I've got out to 20Z. And you can see it's sort of dry to the west of the city here. And like I said, that's as far out as I got on the HRRR. What we can do is look at the 18Z HRRR, which goes further out. And you can see here that the rain, the heavier rain, is more east of the area. And you can see there's that low, and then it kind of just winds up just east of Montauk. But most of the moisture is to the north and the east of the center. And we're on a drier side once we get into Friday. You can see the snow up in New England. But you can see what it wants to do is it wants to rotate it back at us on Friday afternoon, which could cause a possible stray shower across the area. This may be very much overdone. We'll have to see if that's actually going to happen or not. But if we do go to 18Z and look at the total rainfall on this, which will do the total accumulated precip, you'll see the heavier precip off to the east. So only the eastern half of Nassau gets over an inch. We see that those over-inch amounts mostly in Suffolk County, which is where it's needed. In Jersey, you don't get much rain at all. You're dry. New Jersey is going to miss out on a lot of this rain. And again, over Connecticut, New England, interior Connecticut, this is where the heavier rainfall amounts are. And if we throw in the snowfall amounts, you'll see that's where there could be some snowfall. Yes, there could be, especially in the mountains. I think that if you're in the White Mountains, New Hampshire, mountain areas here, you're going to see snowfall and accumulating snowfall, perhaps as much as a foot. This might be a little overdone. Maybe I think that only the peaks will see the foot, but the rest of you could see 5, 6, 7, 8 inches in the mountainous areas, interior New England, from this in April. It's not completely unusual to see that. I don't think it makes it all the way down to the coast, though. So let's switch this back to the precipitation view, and we'll look at the NAM3. The NAM3. We're going to go to the NAM3 here. And then the NAM12. So this is the NAM3. And you can see here, there's that rain there that's going to start developing some showers, mainly over Suffolk County. And you can see that it fills in a little more in the afternoon. You see some more showers here. Some heavier showers going across central Long Island. The NAM seems to want to keep more of the rain over a little more west in Nassau County. And you can see it slowly start to taper off as you get head into the evening here after 0Z. The rain tapers off. There's your low pressure system rotating there into New England. And then you can see how there's a block over here. You can see there's a block. So the low kind of gets pushed back a little bit, does like a little loop-de-loop, and a little piece of energy comes in more over Long Island, I think, that could actually trigger some showers over Suffolk County. And this is cold pool stuff, so could be some convection in here. I'm going to have to look at some information on that. And actually, what we can do is we can look at the FGen. So we can see how this pans out with this. So as you can see that most of the FGen is off to the east. But you can see that little piece that comes through right here. That little piece. And if we look at the temperatures up at 850 here, let's go ahead to the 850 temperatures here. You'll see they're quite cold once you can see those cold 850 temperatures, right? And that's why there could be snow over here and instability for Friday. So this is what I mean. This could set off some instability here that we're going to have to keep our eye on, I think. And this is definitely a concern as we get into Friday, that we could see some of these instability showers, or maybe even a thunderstorm. All I know is I've seen Long Island get severe weather when this kind of setup happens in the past with these cold pools. It could happen. I'm not saying it will, but we'll have to look at some of the other parameters here. There's ML Cape, and we can look at Cape and see if there's any Cape. I don't see anything that would indicate that, but there's a little bit right there. But I don't see anything, but we're going to have to look at a couple of other models for say, all right, maybe probably not severe weather, but it's always a possibility. But we'll look at the NAMs total accumulated precip now. So NAM's a little heavier, not surprisingly, with the total accumulated precip. This is through Friday morning. You can see almost 2 inches in Suffolk County. The eastern half of, I'd say anything east of the Sagatows could see 2 inches. West of Nassau and west of Suffolk, between 1 to 2 inches of rain. The city, even less than that. In Jersey, even less than that. You're not even going to get an inch. You might get a half an inch if you're lucky in New Jersey. And this is the NAM 3. So let's shift over to the NAM 12 here. Similar idea on the NAM 12. It's just a little bit of a lower resolution model. And you can see here, again, that heavier precip over Suffolk County, the heavier rain. So let's move this over to this, the Precipitation View. And again, you can see there's that heavier stuff that would mainly go over Long Island, and especially Suffolk County. Again, this is the NAM 12 kilometer, not the 3. So not as quite high resolution. But you could get the general idea of what's happening here. And then you could see it kind of rotate back there and then pull out once you get toward the weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting storm. It's going to have to be watched, obviously. Well, right now, the heavier precip seems to be trending north and east. I do want to look at the FGen, both 850 and 700. To get an idea. Again, this kind of tells us where the heavier precip is. And you can see that it gets a lot tighter once it moves further east. You can see that right there. Further east. And then into New England it goes. So you can also look at the... I'm not going to bother with the 700. You can get the idea of where the heavier precip is going to be. But the question is, do we get away in Nassau with a little more lighter precipitation in the afternoon, late afternoon or evening? That is the question. Or will it be a complete washout all day long? That is the question. I'm not sure we can answer right now. We still cannot answer it. Like I said, every model is a little different. We can also go back to the Precipitation View, and I can look at the RGEM as well, which is a lower, which is not that high of a resolution. You can see the general idea that heavier stuff being in Suffolk County, I think, will hold. But Nassau, I think you're going to be dealing with everything. Everybody on Long Island gets a rainy day tomorrow, and it's not going to be pleasant being out there. Be a little breezy, too. And then it pulls on out. But you can see what happens. A little bit of that instability kind of stays over. You can see, again, that instability. Look at how far south. This is the 540 line. Look at how far south that 540 line is. So that's what we're dealing with as far as temperatures aloft goes. So let's go back to the HRRR, and we have a little more of that, and now we have 28 hours of the HRRR, and we're going to see, it's going to show you what's going to happen here with the temperatures as we head into, now it's mild tonight, but obviously these temperatures are going to come crashing down tomorrow. As this low gets going here to the south, it's going to pull in colder air from the east off the Maritimes. So tomorrow we struggle to reach 50 degrees, I think. And then as we get into Friday, those temperatures really start dropping, 40s and then 30s. This is, again, the NAM's opinion of what's going to happen. I mean, not the NAM, but the HRRR's opinion. We can go to the earlier 18Z HRRR and see those temperatures drop into the 30s. And then for Friday, we see a little bit nearing 50 over Jersey, 40s over Long Island. That is the HRRR's opinion of it. Let's go to the GFS here, and you can see big differences here at the GFS here. You can see much colder over New England, parts of Suffolk County, and in 50s over New Jersey, probably indicating that the sun would probably more likely to come out over Nassau, New York City, and New Jersey versus Suffolk County. Here's tomorrow on the look, big difference here. Look how much warmer it is in Jersey versus Long Island here. So it really shows you the marine air that's trying to come in and the cloud. But you can see, look at how much warmer it is over there. It's really interesting. And then you see that drop off there. And the other thing, of course, would be the dew points, because it is a little humid out there. That's the other thing. So let me go back to the HRRR. We'll look at those dew points to show you how that's all going to change. So the dew points stay high, and then they start coming down a little more tomorrow, I think, especially tomorrow night. You can see those stronger northwest winds there on the back side there of the low. That's going to bring in the drier air, but it's a little humid out there. A little bit of humidity again. You have those warmer than normal water temperatures. Let's get the GFS with that, too. Here's the GFS for tomorrow. You can see we're still dealing with a little of that humidity tomorrow. And then it drops off later on tomorrow night, and then it really drops off as you get, once that dry air comes in, that'll help cut off the precipitation. But with the humidity around, going to be dealing with that precipitation, and the humidity comes nice and up. Because look at all those wind barbs. You can see again, we got the gusty winds for Friday for sure. Gusty northwest flow. It's going to feel quite chilly. Right after that, it's dry through the weekend. Okay, so now that we've covered all that, let's go and see what we can do about cloudiness. Obviously, tomorrow, we're not seeing the sun. But Friday, again, we see this clearing, especially over New Jersey. At least part of the day, you could have partly sunny to mostly sunny conditions. Long Island, forget about it. I think you're going to be stuck in the clouds. And then we see more of those clouds redevelop with instability later in the afternoon. And against the GFS, plenty of clouds. It's funny, everybody's saying Saturday mostly sunny, but if you look at the GFS, it doesn't look mostly sunny at all. There's plenty of clouds around. We're going to be dealing with clouds right through the weekend. Maybe Tuesday we'll have a mostly sunny day. Maybe next Tuesday, but you can still see a lot of clouds. This may be overdone, however. So, again, GFS could overdo it. So let's go ahead, look at the NAM, 18Z NAM, and see what we got. Obviously, plenty of clouds for tomorrow. Here you go. But you can see, look at that. Maybe parts of Jersey, you might see a little sun before sunset tomorrow, believe it or not. And then you can see the clouds kind of stuck over Long Island. But if you look at New Jersey, you'll see that there'll be less clouds and some more sun. But then in the afternoon, I think it becomes mostly cloudy even over New Jersey as we deal with this low here that's just going to be kind of hanging around here. And this is the NAM, of course. It might be a little overdone. So now let's go to the RGEM. So it's RGEM, similar idea. You can see, again, might see a little bit of sun before sunset in New Jersey tomorrow. Obviously, for us, no sun on Long Island. Here's Friday. And again, you can see, looking Friday, you're mostly clear over New Jersey, and all you're going to really, it stays fairly clear all day until you get toward later in the afternoon when the clouds kind of come in. But if you're further south, you may not get any clouds at all. Maybe just a few clouds. This is later in the afternoon. So definitely going to be a better day for New Jersey on Friday than Long Island. And then this thing pulls away. But you can still see we're dealing with that instability cloudiness on Saturday as well. And then you got the low here, and then you got the cirrus off to the west. So this is what I mean. This is what we're dealing with. And then you can see that cirrus rolling in on Sunday. So as far as getting a nice, clear day, I don't know, man. I don't see it, at least through the weekend. It'll be partly sunny at best. I don't think we have any real mostly sunny days. Really, if you need a mostly sunny day in the next 3 days, your best bet is heading to southern New Jersey, I think, for Friday afternoon. Other than that, I just don't see it. Again, with this upper level low around and all that other stuff. So I'm going to go to Ventus Sky now, and we're going to use Ventus Sky and a look at, and you can see it kind of shows, here's that cool air, eastern Suffolk County, South Shore. We're in the warmth in Nassau County, most of Nassau County, and you can see it into New Jersey. Unfortunately, that westerly flow, you can see what's going on here. And that's why we're dealing with this warm. Ooh, let me clear this out here. That's from the last one. How did that happen? Oh boy, let me do that. All right, you can see what's going on here. Unfortunately for us, is we got the airs coming right off New Jersey, and that's where we're baking in Nassau County, at least the middle of Nassau County. And then the cooler air of the ocean here is mostly, it's over here. So South Shore, Suffolk County, you're getting relief from it, but we are warm. So let me put this back here, get rid of this, and we'll look at the thunderstorm threat for, I don't think we're going to have a thunderstorm threat for tomorrow, but we'll look at a couple of things, Cape, lifted index, that kind of thing, and see if there's any. Actually is a little bit of Cape over New Jersey, just a little bit, but it's really very little as far as a threat for severe thunderstorms. But we can also look at the lifted index. That's another parameter, and these also stay kind of low. So I don't really think we're going to see any thunderstorms tomorrow. Just be showers, and, basically rain, just a rainy day kind of deal. But I want to move this over to Friday, because this is where it gets a little interesting. This is the lifted index for Friday, and you can see there's some areas here over Pennsylvania, and those might rotate over Long Island around. Oh, yeah, look at this. So it actually has it over New Jersey. This is the HRRR, of course. but it actually has this over New Jersey. Actually, no, it's just the GFS. It says right there in the corner, automatic GFS. The GFS has this over New Jersey. So, again, this is the lifted index. Could be the slight chance of a thunderstorm, shower or a thunderstorm. Anything convective would be convective in that cool pool aloft. Obviously, Cape is low. But a thunderstorm is not out of the question for Friday. Not out of the question at all. You can also look at the clouds on this, too, as well. This would be Friday. You see 5 p.m. all the clouds. And this is using the... What is this using? Icon? Or it's using the icon. So you can see plenty of clouds around. This would be for Friday, I think, right? This is showing Friday. Plenty of clouds. So it doesn't really clear it out at all, unfortunately, which really sucks. You know, it would be nice to get some more clear sunshine. It's just a crappy pattern we're in. You know, we're lucky we got some yesterday. We got that little break in the afternoon. So I'm hoping maybe we can see something like that again. All right, windy.com will be the last one we look at. This is the European here. And we're going to use this we're actually put this on clouds. And we can look at visualize the storm with this on the European tomorrow. And you can see that rain start breaking out. But the European, for whatever reason, breaks the showers out over Nassau County and not over Suffolk. So and then as it moves, look at that. It gets pretty heavy rain there over Suffolk County, actually, and then moves that out. So develops this area, and then this is for Friday now. All right, so you can see the clouds lingering over Long Island. Tries to lift them out, and actually has it clear over New Jersey, and then the clouds build back as you get toward the afternoon as that low kind of backs up here. So it's definitely kind of weird to see this kind of thing happen. So it makes it really hard to forecast when you see such rapidly changing conditions. So we'll just look at the wind and the wind gusts for your Thursday. This is the wind. You can see stronger winds over Suffolk County, gusting up to 37. But a little less wind for Friday, and then I'm sure by the afternoon it picks back up. Oh, yeah. Friday's going to be pretty windy. Wind gusts up close to 40 miles an hour with that instability and that strong trough in the area. So, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, as far as any really nice sunny days goes, I can't really find one for you. Kind of sucks here. We go back to the clouds. You can see here's Saturday. It's clouds. Again, this is the European. Sunday, clouds. I mean, there's no real mostly sunny days at all, at least right through the weekend. Maybe sometime next week. But it's all because of this upper level low. We're on the wrong side of the trough, on the wet side of it, not the dry side. If we did wind up pulling out, you can see this is the dry side of the trough, and they have clear skies in the Midwest there. But we're on the wrong side of it. So that's why we're dealing with the clouds. But we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully we'll, I think our best bet would be, this is the European for Friday. European doesn't bring any clear skies at all. Or it has it clear. This is 9 a.m. All right, so it goes from, look what happens. 9 a.m., we're clear, all right, over New York City and New Jersey. And then you go to 11 a.m. Let's move this to 11 a.m. Boom, clouds. Goes like that. That just shows you the instability in the air. So if you get up really early in the morning, if you really want that sunshine, you can get up really early in the morning before the clouds roll in. And, at least if you're in New Jersey, you can get some mostly sunny skies. But after that, then we're dealing with more clouds, unfortunately. And again, we've got to look at the precipitation aspect. This is, again, the precipitation. And you can see rain. It's got the snow logos. You can see, again, there's that heavy precipitation that seems like it parks over Nassau County around 4 and then moves it east over Suffolk County as you get toward the evening. We'll have to see what happens as this thing goes. It would be nice if this thing would just push away far enough that we could dry it out by later tomorrow evening, at least in Nassau County. I'm already tired of the rain. It's ridiculous. It really is. But, again, when you have cutoffs in the atmosphere and you have a cutoff situation, this is what you deal with, And when we go to look at the wind, we go back to the wind and we go aloft. We go up to 300 here and look at the jet stream. You'll see the jet stream is just a freaking mess. Can you even find it? That's the question. Yeah, look at all these crazy loops in the jet stream. It's just absolutely nuts. what's going on here with this jet stream. This is all part of the climate change, and we're going to actually look at the temperature at the surface. Let's go back to the surface here for a moment, because they're having some pretty record cold over Alaska. At least I read about record cold over Alaska. These temperatures don't look all that bad, but I guess maybe it was record cold over Alaska. For at least if we rewind things back, you could see some pretty cold weather over Alaska. Yeah, 13 degrees. That doesn't seem out of the norm. I don't know. I was reading something about cold weather in Alaska. Let's just go to this for a minute here, because this is something Alaska. Let's just go to Alaska here. Get the weather for Alaska here. Fairbanks. All right. So I know they had some really. Let's see if they go. They know if it's Twitter. No social media. Oh, here we go. Maybe there's. All right. Let's see what we can find. I know they had some really major cold in Alaska. I thought I read that somewhere, but I don't see anything about major cold here. All right, I don't see anything. It must have been a while ago, because I don't see. Oh. All right, this is the lowest. All right, they had a cold snap in April 2021. Oh my gosh. Look at that. This was from April 8th to 20. Look at that. -40, -30. Oh, my gosh. That is pretty cold. So, again, the cold air is just concentrated in these spots. And where it's concentrated, you can have some really, really cold temperatures. And, my gosh, that's really unusual for April to see that. Record low temperatures all over the place. This was a couple of days ago, basically, that this happened. And they had some snow, too, as well. So, yeah, here you go. That's another example of what they dealt with there in Alaska. That's pretty cold. But, again, the cold air is just concentrated over there. It would be something if we got some of that. Here's some more records that broke here in Alaska. So, really impressive to see this. But, again, the cold air was just... get that clear skies and cold weather over Alaska there. Oh, man, that would have been nice, huh? Oops, banged the microphone. But wow, that is something. That's really impressive. That's really, really impressive. Really impressive cold. The Arctic vortex must have set up right over there and just confined all the cold air right over Alaska and just literally just kept it there for a couple of days. Really impressive stuff. But of course, we won't see any of that. We're just going to deal with lots and lots of clouds as we deal with another rainstorm on the way for your Thursday. Anyway, that's going to do it for this weather update. Thanks for watching. It would be so nice if this rainstorm would just go out to sea and we wouldn't see it. But, we do need more rain, but it just gets annoying day after day of this and no clear skies. At least we got a little bit yesterday. But that's going to be it for this weather update. Take care. Thanks for watching.